Hello ladies and gentlemen and welcome back to Disco Elysium. Elysium? On that. So put down your gun. Shut down your badge. You made the call. Despite lacking any of. Get ammonia started with the fruit so to make it easier. Well, I can't remember how much ammonia actually is, but I remember.
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister packs. They all bear the Saint Baptiste Pharmaceutics logo.
One, whatever that currency is. Well, so back to the whirling in rag. Close for winter, please use main entry. Okay. Go back to the whirling in rags. Go over there. Managers for the table wear mud cape boots and roll down overalls. The back of his shirt reads Wild Pines encircled by a logo for see from Doc.
On the counter, rolled out of his open hand, you see a blister pack of headache medicine.
Oh. I'm not. Oh. This is a white check. You may retry it if you have high enough. Just pick up the pills.
The man does not mind. You probably need them more than he does.
No.
That sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. It's almost touching how syrupy and sticky it is. How long have you been up already?
2 hours?
An hour would have been bad. 2 hours is mystical. You have truly wiped out all trace of yours. There he is.
I didn't mean
the
to.
old boy, the devil. You rascal, you.
Didn't mean to do that.
Let's celebrate right now by licking that stain off the counter. Do it. It'll be wild.
No, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
What happened, man? You used to be cool. Go get your boring normal person drink then. Get your drink on and your act together.
Find booze and drink it. Right. Well, never mind then. I thought that was. Which one lorry capacity this?
You're hazy on the notion of a scab. Smells like politics, though. Maybe it's got something to do with the flask he reaches for from time to time.
I'm not a scab, I'm a cop. Proceed.
I was just messing with you. No one's ever seen a cop scab. Imagine, you cops going on a strike, but then another cop comes in and says, "Let us cop for less money." Speaking of, what brings the RCM here, to the Wild North? Come to see the strife?
I'll come to Martinez investigating the murder.
Murder, huh? That sounds like a lot of hard work. You'd never see me investigating a murder.
That's very funny. Easy, you're right, it's almost impossible. I'm 91% sure I'll never get it sold. I have no idea what I'm doing. Maybe you don't know what's happening to me.
That's okay. I have no idea what I'm doing either. I don't even know what day it is. Don't tell me. It's a better day that way.
What's the talk?
You know, serious business. I'm sure the big boss will be glad to tell you. You'll have to ask him first.
He's a chatty guy. Wants to talk about the strike. Return once you've met the union boss and are on a better footing with the organization.
Right. Nice talk. I don't. Don't really want to talk to. Just try first possible. Measurehead is a guy. No, not picking the door, picking this one. Can I just walk past?
Body betrays your degeneracy.
Yeah, Measurehead. His body totally betrays his degeneracy.
Say nothing, size.
Are you admiring my morphophysiology?
A rip of the muscle passes under his skin, he lets you look.
It must be frightening to stand in the shadow of this racial pinnacle. Be calm, Sandwich. You are not in danger because you are not a threat to me.
Puff out your chest, still say nothing.
What is this androgynous display of sexual maturity?
He looks down at you, taking stock of your
Merely standing up makes you sweat profusely. Your breathing is erratic.
I failed.
Your own heartbeat in your ears grows frantic, and you feel your blood pressure rise.
Stop it! You are embarrassing yourself in front of this woman and your pedomorphic friend. This display of weakness may appeal to older women with a stronger maternal instinct, but it is a liability here on Battlefield Martinez.
Jean-Luc, his body is betraying his degeneracy pretty hard. Maybe you can ask him to leave.
That is precisely the negligence that has led you to succumb to Al Ghul. You reek of it. An invisible sword of Al Ghul emerges from your throat. You cannot see it, but others can. It is making the woman in my company sick.
Right, I'm an alcoholic, I need to.
No, you don't. You need to get another drink. Occidental Haplogroup B4 is done giving orders around here. The influence of the ham sandwich race is waning.
The race stuff is unimportant here. I just need you to help me do my job, please.
Begging for help. Attempting to pass via for cooperation. How far the Occidental haplogroup has fallen. You were once a noble and powerful race. You gave the world eugenics, electricity, and powerful weapons of war like missiles and aerostatic aircraft. You made great gains in metallurgy, race theory, and statecraft. You dominated lesser cultures, like the deformed Hemians and the inexplicably potato-obsessed Khoikos. But now your ascent to the genetic summit has halted. You are obsessed with sadness and with frivolous pop culture. You will be superseded. Isn't that right, babe?
Oh, it kind of sounds like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
It is, baby, yeah. You know it.
There is a button right behind him, just out of reach. It must be the one that opens the door to the harbor.
Come on, I just need you to move about 20 cents. Push right the way down there. Because I just need you to...
Enough with this begging. You should leave the stage of history with dignity by inviting the other races to a great world war. Bring your troops to the Simonine Islands and to Boogie Street, and we will pulverize you. When you are gone, we will build a museum for you. The walls will be lined with bottles of Al Ghul, your beloved beverage. Inside, we will store the odes to homosexuality you call art, and your microcephalic skulls.
There may be a peaceful solution to this. You could internalize Meshached's race theory. He would take you as one of his own.
Wouldn't that mean I have to become a Seminese supremacist myself? Right, good idea.
The best idea.
Subscribe to his... Oh, 83%! Come on.
Ask what kind of races there are first. Classification is core to this stuff.
Do you?
The lieutenant looks toward the harbor's electronic door, and then to you. He lets out an audible sigh.
You are obviously a liberal, Sayolite. A polyculturalist. I can see it from your love of microtechnology and your sartorial choices. Do not deny your friend the truth you have denied yourself. There are 3 categories of race. Type A, the heroic races. Type B, the servile races. And the vile CF race cauldron of pederasty. Which one do you need education on?
The vile CF race cauldron of pederasty, please.
I knew you would go straight for the vile cauldron. Everyone does. You need to first learn about type A and B to appreciate the depravity of...
Yeah, I mean, otherwise, it just won't make any sense.
Yes, it would seem nonsensical.
Those are the Simonese, the Areopagite, and the Occidentals, excluding the Maun, of course. The Maun are riddled with eczema to the point where they find it impossible to smile. They are all lactose intolerant, a common result of inbreeding.
Mao.
A receding genetic pool has led the Maun on reprehensible street parades. In Maun cities like Stadskanal and Vredefort, wearing wooden clogs on their feet and little green tassels on their hats.
Who's that about? Okay, got it. Who are type A?
The Vespertines and Messenians of Vesper and Messina, the ancient Meteorans of Meteo by the Golden Pisantic Sea, the Suren of Sur-la-Clé, and even the North Königsteiners, all have Type A race propensities.
Okay.
The other large Mondial civilization, the Mesk, are too yellow and oleaginous to count as a heroic race. True, they are violent and expansionist, but they have a glandular problem. Overproduction of sebum. Sebum is leaking into their brains, making them listen to El Mariachi music and eat toxic minced meat-based food, which in turn only produces more sebum.
Okay, so
As proven by the Maun and the Mesk, Occidental Type A is in retrograde. The Semenese and the Areopagite are on the ascent.
what's the difference between the Semenese and the Areopagite?
The Areopagites are sleek, long-headed. The Semenese are powerful, mesomorphic. The former is an immutable progenitor, unchanged since the Super Isola of Pericarnassus. Ancient brains rest in their slender skulls.
He falls silent, contemplating the beauty.
The latter is perfected and adapting. Together they form the Simeno-Areopagite or Simeopagite super race. That is all. There are no more Type A races in the world.
Okay, how about type B?
Type B are the unheroic races, amorphous non-competitors of the great race. The Khoikos and the Vacholier, they are mud-colored people.
Right.
The Khoikos of Grab, Yugo, Zhimsk, Shest et al. Are what you would call white officer in a suspect description.
Right. You said Khoikos. I've been trained to identify them as white in official description.
Yes, to an untrained eye, the Khoiko appear white and pinkish, like a ham sandwich. But look into their eyes and you will see. They are of an indistinct color, and so is their skin. Unhealthy, muddy, and ashen. Pinkness is a racial quality that has to be earned through centuries of advanced ballistic warfare and cultural domination that the Grad people have undergone for drinking Al Rul and smoking the degenerate tobacco herb, and for eating potato. The Khoiko, the countless micronationalities of Grad, are all inexplicably obsessed with potat. The only thing they like more is dividing into microscopic ethnostates, like political amoeba.
Okay.
Wouldn't he be one for ethnostates?
You don't like it?
They are microscopic. The Semeno-Areopagite superstate will cover the entire remaining planetary crust, uninterrupted. From Holy Semenine to the Boreal Plateau of Katla. Its leaders will be the genetic epitome of the Semenese and Areopagite stock, elected by nature, not the base inner spoilage called demos.
Okay. And the Bacolias you mentioned?
The Vacholians, halfway between Type A and the Racial Cauldron. Two mixed to know right from wrong. You tried your degenerate little revolution, which was the single greatest failure committed by humans in our 82,000-year history on
this planet. Is it 82,000 years that we've been recording history? You have very little idea of what is happening, but that seems a little off.
Go away, stupid political fool.
The mysteries of the people of this planet are a tragedy that has played out countless times over, like a fever dream of skin, hair, and bone. Wake up, naive Chespius.
On.
The revolution came to Ravachol from Grad in Zarath-ridden potato carts. It is literally an illness. A prion disease that leaves the parietal and frontal lobe ridden with holes. A soft, sponge-like mass of dementia, hallucination, and paranoia.
Okay.
The revolution is fatal familial insomnia. A hereditary prion condition passed from the Koiko to the Occidentals. But not sexually. Probably through trade routes and potate acid, the prime component of the potato plant. Enough of type mediocrity.
You know, that's what you have.
Tips CF are a museum of failed chimeric experiments and tragic maladaptations. They are tortured creatures waiting to be put to sleep. Your morbid interest in them worries me.
Chimeric experiments? Yes, better not go into it. Chimera, wasn't that the... Oh, in Greek myth, Chimera was the three-headed dog? No, it was dog? Don't point me on, but we know something about that. Chimeric experiment?
Lesser races like the mosquito, a grotesque mixture of a masked woman and a Seminese man. Only possible if the mother is masked and the father Seminese. The other way around, they fail to produce offspring. The mosquito is born sterile, like a donkey. All they have left is to ride customized motor carriages with hydraulic suspension, listening to aggressive El Mariachi music to vent their impotent despair.
It seems unlikely that two human beings produce genetically sterile offspring.
Maybe I've misunderstood something, but aren't humans too similar to produce genetically sterile offspring?
You are right. You have misunderstood. You lack basic phylogenetic education.
Okay.
Then there is the Simino Koiki Chimera. Are you sure you wish to know of the Simino Koiki Chimera? It is not an aesthetic site.
Not sure aesthetic is what you go for. God.
The Koiko, as you know, are very servile, especially when they meet the rich man. Racial scientists have toyed with the idea of crossing the Seminese with the Koiko to produce a super worker of Seminese strength and Grad servility.
Right.
This will never happen. The Seminese and the Koiko may have similar interbreeding problems as the mosquito. We will never know precisely. No Seminese man could maintain an erection in the suffocating potato stench of a Koiko woman, or Koika. But enough. It is cruel to entertain ourselves with the deformities of Type CF. Were there any able-bodied races you needed education on?
Now that we've been through all the types, do I understand your utter nonsense?
You understand nothing. To solve the great race enigma, you have to first ask yourself, what is the race enigma? You have not even worded the mystery, let alone solved it.
Let me do. How do I word the mystery? On second thought, I don't have time to get any deep into this. Police gambit accepted. How do I word it?
You need to internalize what you have heard here today, then return to me. This clarity does not come instantly. I cannot possibly imagine what else we have to discuss, Tibere Vasholian. Your love for disco music and venereal disease?
Okay. Do I have a slot? Okay, I don't know how long that will take. An hour 40 minutes. Is that real time?
We have a right to work!
The man yells towards the hard brigades. His voice is the loud as a bellot. And oddly screeches.
Hold up and stay frosty, everyone. Cops are here.
The broad-shouldered alpha male turns serious, a bullhead.
You here to fuck with us? Beat the honest worker down.
No.
Good. We're fighting for a cause here.
Right to work! Right to work!
Besides, we're not that different. It helps if people see us talking, cops and strikebreakers together. Shows authorities are on our side. Builds confidence.
Right, what kind of a cause are we talking about?
Rights of people. Rights of workers. To have gainful employment. To make a salary. And feed their families.
Yeah.
His manner of speaking is wooden, the tone of voice bland and uninspired, almost as if compiling replies from a set of learned phrases.
Maybe you should ask them the questions, like why we're not allowed to make a living
He
here.
bellows at the gate.
Shame on you!
We have families to feed, you piece of shit.
He points his finger at the man sitting on the railing.
So do we, Scab.
Noisy mouth holders in return. Who are all these strike breakers?
Honest men and women with rights to work, to be useful, not toys for corporate interests.
The man runs hand for his steadily graying military haircut.
We came here to help the harbor run smoothly in time of crisis. If union fucks don't want work, they ought to let in those who do want work.
I have a question. Why do all these men follow your leadership?
You think they follow because I'm big and loud? No. They follow the rules of the market, the rules of the economy, because they were
He starts spinning.
Given a job to do!
Whoa!
not before you get in there and get your ass whooped. Learn by failure, I always say.
He might have some advice. but you got to at least try to fight Measurehead first. Return if you fail.
What is a strike?
When a bunch of ungrateful, lazy cockroaches can't get their act together, decide to block honest work for other people.
He's just, what did a strike?
Beats me. They mumble nonsense about boardrooms and workers' rights, while we...
There's something odd in the way he carries himself. His set of clothing looks vaguely mismatched. The different pieces of the attire seem ill-fitting.
Right to work. Everyone has a right to work.
His shirt is far too small and an unpleasantly tight fit, while the overalls, held up by a belt, seem to fit a man with much more corpulence.
You wearing new clothes?
He ignores your question, choosing instead to turn to the emaciated workers, raising both fists in the air. The clothes are obviously not his. Silence is the answer. There's something off here, but he won't say what. You've been talking to him for quite a while now. Something is off with this guy. Ask him where he's from.
Okay, I've got to ask, where exactly you from?
What's it to you?
Deep set suspicion, just... I thought you looked real familiar with them. Routine part of the investigation. Curiosity going to figure out this strike.
Big mess, caused by union greed. But I only fight for the rights of people.
Makes sense, I guess.
The man has turned his attention elsewhere. He shakes his fist slowly while observing you from the corner of his eye.
I'm just going to leave them. I would also say... It says grip, G-R-I-A. -1 goal. Okay, how do I see what percent? 10%. Okay, so it's not real time. In game. Foreign car, kept in good condition. I'll talk to him.
The small, wrinkled woman does not greet you. She nods along to something on her radio. A photograph is clutched in her hands, and there is a warm smile on her face.
Don't.
The photo, an ambrotype from the turn of the century, as golden as her smile.
Yeah, I'm not going to disturb her.
An old monument stands in the middle of the traffic island, pointing toward the sea. It looks as if it's been reassembled piece by piece, secured and mounted in the air with the aid of numerous ropes and rods.
Fallon. Who is
A
this?
silver plaque on the statue's pedestal reads, "I am Philip III, the Squanderer, the greatest of the Philippian kings of Revachol, son of Philip II, the opulent, father of Philip IV, the insane."
Right, I'm not sure someone called the Squanderer is. Go on.
What did he do? You have no idea what you did a week ago. How would you know what this guy did many centuries ago? High above you, the king stands triumphantly oblivious to your memory trouble.
Alright. Embarrassing? Human office. Well, how do I get to you? Alright. This is right across the road from... Ah. That was anything down there. Oh. No, you can't get there.
I am a gander and a hunter and a gatherer. Feel like a traveler.
Tommy the Hobbit. There was...
A simple little cadence. He seems to be making it up as he goes.
Keep this line with all what's in here.
From another planet. Hey there.
Never mind. Look for snow motes in this wheelbarrow. Pigs go home. The street name is Elysium. The street sign reads, "Fuck the police," coming straight from the underground.
The RCM in Martinez. What can I help you with?
I have some questions.
Of course. What can I help you with?
Oh. What is this "fuck the police" business?
Excuse me?
The street sign says...
Oh. Well, I didn't write it there. I'm just sitting here.
Well, what about the other sign? Pigs go home. Who are these pigs?
I don't know anything about that either. As I said, I didn't write it.
Pig is a widely used term for members of the police. It's not loving.
No need to worry, we are not saying you did.
Okay. Well, I didn't.
My partner told me you may have ammonia.
Sure. I'm done with it.
Oh, thank you.
Go easy on that stuff. It gave me a terrible headache.
Okay.
Of course. I won't hold you back.
Sure, it's a brown with a canary yellow. Okay, you can't combine items. That kind of sucks. Okay. We've got the Hanged Man, Endurance Legendary, Sleeping Dock Worker, Physical Instrument. I mean, this must mean you can come back later. Right? In an hour and 23 minutes. Motorix, Physique, Psyche, Internet. For capacity to reason. Well, I've got -1 drama right now. Which is probably good for... Can't remember what drama actually does. Interact with the rubbish bin. There are bottles inside. You could pick them up if you had a bag. Rue Descent gives lane 8B. Right. Hey up, I can go in. Oh, it's locked. Okay. Well, let's go and examine this body. Oh, there's a door there, but how would you? Okay, never mind. Get distracted. The letter R wears a crown on the river below, a light above descending. This is the logo of the municipality of...
Can't you see I'm throwing rocks?
No time for this.
There he still is, looking right through you. with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell. Emitting it is all it does now.
Has ammonia. Still, there's only 8%. That's right.
The ammonia only makes it worse. The combination forces tears out of your ducts. You manage to keep it in once. The second time, not so much. When the vomiting is done, your cheeks are wet with tears.
Damn it! I needed the other ammonia.
Nor does the wind right now. I've seen strong men turn themselves inside out for hours. You are facing tough odds here. Alcohol withdrawal makes it considerably harder.
Do it without me, I just can't keep it down.
No. This is a two-man assignment because it needs 2 officers to complete. I need your help. You need to get your shit together.
Okay.
We should go talk to the locals. Find something else to do while the wind changes. It's pretty bad right now.
4 game volume.
Give it half an hour. Get yourself together. Then come back and have another go.
Right. Volume X. Equip and complete volumetric ship compressor. Right. In-game minutes. So when that gets to 50, basically. Some great tectonic forces cracked the pavement like an egg. Push it down.
The worn and beaten wooden planks of the bench do not look overly comforting.
We can sit on benches after we've solved the murder. Let's go.
This book has a rose, a pistol, and a half-naked dame in its cover. Covers as a very muscular man surrounded by flames. This is a book about pate. This book, you don't really understand what it's about, nor does it seem important. When a Boyadero got, she promotes freedom and roaming up the street. Book what the future of the government region might use for radio technology. Crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. Oh. Oh, this is annoying. The book is titled Man from Tyndall, and I didn't read that whole thing. It feels like in-game minute starts longer than actual minute. Around about north. Cape Side out this margin. The average broken window, tip side window. The bag we have, how to collect these boxes? Bag. You seem to be... You hear the distance scrollers who... Oh, I can't talk from here. A splatter of bullet holes. On the water. This coin operated view has been banged up, inoperable.
The sight of bullet holes stirs something in you, making you forget the lieutenant's surname.
Esprit de corps.
The faded marks are too degraded to draw any forensic conclusions. Just chips in the sandstone. They look pretty ancient.
Where? There? Those are old.
Okay.
We should focus on present crimes, from the present century.
Well, that gave me something. Why did the bag? I don't... Oh, 27, okay. But so, yeah. The spirited chirps and clicks of swallows fill the air. Try touching onto roof for sesame. An ancient fountain, it doesn't pump water anymore, there's a tree in it. But did the vandals take the handles?
Have you no shame? Whining about your back every time you bring out the measuring tape.
René, you're a man with a fork in a world of soup. Please, Let's just try to enjoy the game, alright?
I'm trying to, but you keep breaking my concentration. You're old. I can see that. We're both old. Now stop grabbing your ass like it's a girl.
These manly men are playing balls. This is a ball game. Grab a ball and play it. Don't ask questions. Shoot first. Ask questions never. That's the spirit. Don't even waste your breath asking about the game. They wouldn't know anyway. They're way past their prime.
+2 acting without hesitation. Come on. Yes.
You are immediately surprised by the ball's lack of weight. No matter, you'll make it work.
Merde! Bordel de merde!
A whorehouse of shit. It wasn't whorehouse of shit. The shot was at least 23 meters, probably 24, and then some. Nothing to be embarrassed about.
What the hell is your problem? I don't care if you are a cop. You do not just ruin someone's game. It's so goddamn disrespectful. You vandalized our game, son. We can't play petanque with 5 bull.
Sorry, I was just saying.
No, we are not good, goddammit. We want our bull back.
Take it easy, René. This is just a misunderstanding, isn't it, officer? No harm done.
Of course there's harm done, you orange slug. You owe us a goddamn bull.
Listen, the ball is gone and I have a murder to solve.
A fine example you are setting here today, officer. I will remember this. And Gaston will too.
It's okay, officer. Forgotten completely. It was my bull, and I have a spare. Everything is good, and we're ready to assist any way we can.
The lieutenant says nothing, but his face is rigid. It seems he does not approve of your athletic displays.
Unfortunately, I don't. Unlike most of the locals, I have no qualms about assisting law enforcement. But this affair has passed me by completely.
And most of the locals?
In Martinez, the union is the law. So can you really blame them?
But you don't have a problem with
Cop is a pejorative term. I don't have a problem with policemen. On the contrary, I admire the effort to bring order to our streets.
He doesn't know about the crime. Your time is better spent discussing politics.
If I knew, I would not be afraid to tell you. I simply don't. I'm an old man, not a coward. The daily business of the riffraff no longer concerns me.
'Tis true, sire. He knows nothing.
Oh, okay. Thank you for your time. %, 18 minutes. The damage is could have been. What's the pen?
This Post Lavantorie mail collection box has been heavily vandalized with graffito. A closer inspection reveals 2 bullet holes in the front.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not talking to him.
Hello, sir.
Step right in. The store is open.
A young ghost with chubby red cheeks shows you smiling. Her nose is also red for the cold. I am. Just imagine it. Nose are pleased. No, I'm pleased with it at all, but just imagine walking up to someone and saying, I am the law. And unless they're an Anthrax fan, they're probably going to be very confused.
Are you interested in a new and exciting book?
Just don't speak to people. Not really. Sorry. So.
This coin-operated viewer is facing south. The instruction manual says to insert 25 centimes and pull the handle while looking inside. Then use the focus knob to zoom in if necessary. Why place a tourist attraction in the middle of such poverty?
I'm not.
There was a revitalization project in 49. A design studio tried restoring Martinez to its pre-war glory. It didn't stick. They got as far as the street lamps and the statue on that intersection. Then something went sour. I suspect that something was Everard Clare, the union leader. He muscled them out. It's how it usually goes around here. We should have done something about the union 10 years ago. That ship has sailed, officer.
Right, well, I'm not paying for it. If I had more money, I might. Or I could just control using WASD. Only Pomeroy is safe to see on the vehicle from the other side. Betty if his boat shines like it was recently painted.
Hey, up here, Piggo.
Sorry, very much sorry for your bed. There's a girl up there. Did she spill the paint?
Yeah, you better keep walking.
I was going to say, how do we know that's paint? Looks like there's more construction than once decades. Document reserved for residents of Rudy St. Goose. Your room in the Whirling isn't much bigger than this is worth more than you'll ever learn.
A sturdy metal door guards the southwest end. The door rattles against your knuckles, but there's no response.
Knock again.
The door rattles again, but this time you hear an elderly woman's voice calling out from inside.
Stop banging on the door! I'm not letting any more strangers inside. Doesn't matter who I am. Now go on, get out of here. Ha! The police? Everyone knows the police don't come round here. No, I already told you. I won't be responsible for any more strangers getting into the building. Go check the backyard door. Maybe someone there will.
She trails off, leaving the sense of...
Backyard door? There must be another entrance to the east.
Pico.
I don't understand why that keeps slashing at me. I mean, 20 more experience for a level up. Yeah. 12 minutes. 12.
You better keep walking.
I tried to talk it. 12 minutes left on volumetric shit compressor. And an hour and a minute left on advanced race stream. Right. A garden hose just won't be of use until the snow melts.
Hey, what's that noise down there?
I can't, okay. Chairs and tables eaten by rain and rot. Another splattering of bullet holes on this one. Is there a war here at some point? Just a closed door, but you look at it suspiciously. Right.
Can't get involved in this.
There's the...
Are you trying to sneak up on me?
Apparently, she doesn't like people standing behind her back.
Oh,
Logic error. She is not sleeping right now.
Pig's come to take me out. Trying to snuff me out. Faggoty. Look at the ass on that.
What? Okay, game just auto-save. I'm going to take that as a sign. So, thank you for watching. This has been part 3 of Disco Elysium. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. It really helps. And I haven't checked my subscriber count for a while, but I think we're almost at 30, which is brilliant. Commenting and sharing the video also helps. Please try and keep the comments civil. No insults. Constructive criticism is welcomed, but anything harsh. Anyway, I've been Luke Bradford, and I will see you next time.